Ethan HD has had a prolific career. He's got a very lengthy resume here in Prestige and beyond. But this could be the most pivotal matchup of Ethan's career. A 10-year veteran, a man that would love to be thought of in that upper echelon here in Prestige Wrestling. To some he already is, but Ethan HD versus Lawler versus Young versus Grimm. Certainly matches like this are very attractive to many. Ethan would love to get in that position, and a victory tonight makes him, in my estimation, undeniable. And I don't think there's a better point in time than Cinco de Mayo weekend to talk about what this man, and especially what this last name, has meant to this business. The patriarch, the legendary Chavo Guerrero, of course his son, Hector, Chavo Sr., Mondo, and of course Eddie Guerrero as well. And Chavo Sr., Chavo Classic, led to Chavo Jr., who grew up with Eddie Guerrero as Eddie, he called Eddie Uncle. That was their official relationship, but they grew up like brothers. And they've been World Tag Team Champions. And what Chavo has meant to cruiserweight wrestling, what he's meant to the industry in front of and behind the scenes, in just about every top organization. Chavo loves this business. He grew up in this business. You could say he's a lifelong veteran of this industry. And Chavo making time for so many of his fans. The Guerrero name will without question live forever. But Chavo's not done writing his legacy. He's not done telling his story. And tonight in Prestige Wrestling is just the latest installment of one of the most decorated bloodlines in the history of professional wrestling. We'll see how Chavo takes to the challenge of Ethan HD.
Alexa, what did he say?
We'll see if Chavo's prepared. You know Ethan is. Chavo seems impressed thus far. And sit back, get comfortable. I believe you're going to see a classic in the making. My name is Joe Dombrowski for Prestige Wrestling here at Viva La Raza, our 10th event of Prestige Wrestling here in Hermiston, Oregon. If you're new to Prestige Wrestling, and this is your first time watching us, you can find more information on social media. We're across Facebook and Twitter, and at prestigewrestling.net. I believe I said .com earlier, but bear with me. And Chavo's first time in, Ethan a regular, But Ethan made his prestige debut about a year ago in the three-way dance involving Sin Bodhi and PCO. Now, if that's not intimidating, I don't know what is. Ethan's a student of the game, and he has served as lead trainer in the dojo of Bad Luck Fale, and as well as the Great Kali School in India. Ethan has traveled the world to better his craft. I don't know if there are many men active who have put more literal and figurative miles into pro wrestling as Chavo Guerrero, a very aggressive collar and elbow tie-up. In the early going, Chavo, notice he ascends the ropes to get some leverage and almost a showcase of dominance, alpha male type reaction from Chavo Guerrero, trying to get the head of Ethan HD early. Let him know, hey, I got you, pal. Ethan knows he's been bested that time, but still a long way to go. Chavo with a hole-in-one. Ethan gets refocused. Feeling out process is so common in matches like these when you've got two precise wrestlers like Chavo and Ethan. You only need to give one of them a little bit of an opening for them to just bust that door down, capitalize, and end that matchup. There's going to be a tentative nature here. These men have never been in the ring with one another, and they want to know what the other's got. You can talk about reputation, you can watch all the links and the clips that you want, but until you're actually in there doing it, there's really no other comparison you can draw. Everything else helps. But once you feel the smoothness and the fluidity of Chavo Guerrero Jr., then you truly realize you're in the ring with a mat master. It's Chavo controlling the wrist and arm, and where the arm goes, the body will most assuredly follow. Drop to hold attempt. Ethan, nice takedown. A smooth counter in his own right to Chavo's offense, and now over top of Chavo, as Chavo was him a moment ago, as Ethan controls the hammerlock. Chavo responds in kind. Nicely done. We talked a couple of times throughout the night about can you top this, one-upsmanship, and, you know, anything you can do, I can do better. And certainly, I look to see more of that in this matchup. I used the term alpha male a moment ago, and in competitive situations like this, as Chavo a quick lateral press for one, I don't think Chavo expected a 3 count there. I think Chavo wanted to test Ethan and see where he was. How quickly would Ethan kick out? How forcefully would Ethan kick out? Would Ethan get a temper as a sly smirk on the face of Chavo? Chavo really one of the first third-generation athletes to make a major scene on the business. As Chavo, as Jeff Jarrett, was The Rock. There were the 3 prolific third-generation stars in the 1990s. I think all 3 turned out pretty darn good. Test his strength advantage, Chavo, but check out the neck strength on Ethan. He's bridging up with the neck to keep his shoulders off the canvas and negates an attempted pinning combination. Chavo, all 200 pounds or so, tried to break that bridge and the quad strength that Ethan has as well to keep his balance, but nothing doing. And Ethan turning things around, and we'll test Chavo's neck strength. And we'll see if Ethan can drop Chavo down. Well, got the shoulders chopped that time. Right shoulder up at 2. I think it's fair to say Ethan is carrying more upper body strength than Chavo. But Chavo has an advantage in quickness, I'd suggest. And again, that fluidity. Chavo from the backside. 3 or 4 different transitions into that headlock before Ethan even knew what was happening. That's not a knock on Ethan, who turns things around. Chavo can be pretty, but what matters is if you're effective, and Ethan got Chavo down. And maybe score 1 tally for Ethan HD. I think Chavo appreciated that. I agree 100% with these fans. And we're just getting started. Matchup I've been looking forward to all day long. Hell, since it was announced. And we're not even done yet. Filthy Tom Lawler, MV Young still to come. Prestige Championship hangs in the balance. But perhaps one of these men could be a future challenger. Notice how Chavo cinches in tightly on that hammerlock and contorts his body so Ethan cannot reach him with an elbow from behind a counter. Smart maneuver, Ethan has to reach for a leg, but Chavo keeps that vertical base, keeps his weight and his leverage, leaning back, which applies more pressure, and keeps him away from Ethan. Shoulders down for 2. It's those little things Chavo does that most athletes overlook. And that's not a knock on anyone. That's just the business as a whole. The style is quicker. Oftentimes, an athlete and a fan both will think, what's next? Chavo doesn't do that. Chavo gets the most out of the right now, while still plotting ahead for later. And it's those little things that most people overlook. As Ethan hits hard, whiplash-like effect in the corner. Those little things that many people ignore all the times as Chavo hits a hard back suplex into the cover. 2 count only. Another vociferous kick out by Ethan. Those little things most people ignore oftentimes are the difference between a win and a loss. You may not realize it until it's too late. Short arm clothesline by Chavo. And notice this bow and arrow variation, call it what you will. Body scissors now. Chavo looking to restrict the breathing of Ethan HD. And if you're going to hit those rapid spurts of offense and try to surprise Ethan, certainly the harder it is for Ethan to catch his breath, the more advantageous that is to you. But Ethan muscles to his feet. Chavo keeping his right shoulder off the canvas, but this gives Ethan an opening to potentially turn Chavo over. This is a maneuver Chavo's felt before. Boston Crab cinched in. Chavo bridging up to try to alleviate the pain and straighten out his back. But only so much he can do, he being Chavo, who's reaching, inching, crawling to get to a rope. And Chavo gets there. And Ethan knows he's got 5 seconds. And Ethan, to be safe, milks around 3. Certainly some gamesmanship coming into play by Ethan HD, who has potentially pinpointed a weakness in Chavo. If it wasn't a weakness going in, I think Ethan certainly created as such. Lower back, and again, much as we saw happen to Ethan a moment ago, Chavo bounces hard, and you can tell Chavo is in a great degree of discomfort right now. Chavo hung up in the bottom rope. And now Chavo heavily favoring that neck. Well, when you've got decades in the game like Chavo, it's a fair bet. The neck, the back, they aren't going to be 100% no matter who you are. Listen to this crowd coming alive for Chavo Guerrero. Ethan with his own cheering section in his own right. And Ethan doing a hell of a job. Low shoulder tackle. Chavo sent down. Kick out. I notice Ethan does not release body contact on Chavo, maybe for a split second, just to reposition him. to get that chin lock in and back to that submission hold with the knee perched right between the shoulder blades and stretching back on the arm and shoulders. This applies torque on a number of different parts of the upper human anatomy of Chavo Guerrero. And Chavo inching to his feet. Elbows free, he's broken the grip. Ethan for the ride, got the foot up. And he caught Chavo flush. Ethan may have an opportunity. He's going to take a chance. Double stomp again to the back of Chavo. Measured, focused offense by Ethan, who gets 2. I believe there may have been a cut or a bruise of some sort, an abrasion on the back of Chavo. And Ethan, a blatant choke to Chavo. Ethan showing he'll do whatever it takes to win. And against a namesake that is known for lying, cheating, and stealing, I'm not sure if I blame him. Knee comes up, and Chavo's rocked. Knee to the, what looked to be the sternum. 2 count only. And Ethan could sense himself getting closer, but not there yet. But still, not arguing, not objecting, not wasting time and talking about it. Ethan gets right back on his man. I'm very impressed. Regardless of the decision, I'm impressed by both these athletes and what they've brought to the table thus far. Certainly Prestige Management has to be taking notes and taking notice of what both these men are capable of. But we're still not done yet as Chavo breaks the grip on that chin lock. The ride, Chavo, oh, what a beautiful drop kick. Amazing elevation, caught Ethan right in the face. The clothesline, and Chavo springs up with a satellite head scissors. I'm not sure anybody in this industry can snap that off as lightning fast as Chavo. Rolling in with a senton, shades of Uncle Eddie. What did it take out of Chavo? Can he follow through? Cover, near fall. Ethan able to kick out, but notice the strength and the timing of those kickouts by Ethan. A far cry from at the start of this matchup as Chavo maybe channeling Uncle Eddie once more. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, Chavo went for the 3 amigos, but Ethan caught him. Oh my God, that was close. Ethan cradled Chavo as Chavo was attempting the 3 amigos. Now springs off with a round kick out of near fall. That's having your opponent scouted. That's being ready for the hits, for the signatures. Chavo loved to do 3 amigos and then into a frog splash. Ethan didn't let him. Ethan measuring Chavo, who is just bowed over in pain. Chavo able to catch Ethan in midstream, the back suplex. Hook of the leg now. Man, Chavo in a bad way, physically speaking. But can those chants will it forward? Chavo missed with a knee in the corner. Ethan creates distance. Ethan's got great follow through here. Chop kick of his own. Crowd coming alive for HD, and Chavo nowhere to run. The knee to the side of the temple. Death Valley Family driver. Ethan is going to put away a legend. No. Man, the 2 counts keep getting longer. But no one's figured out the formula to keep the other down as of yet. Ethan. Thought about mocking Chavo, but thought better of it. Just get the job done. 450, but nobody there. Ethan went for everything. The Maestro Grado. Chavo couldn't keep him down. Here we go. Chavo having better luck this time around. We got 2 amigos. Here comes number 3. Looked like Chavo adjusted that into his signature brain buster. And only one thing left from here. With Uncle Eddie no doubt watching from high above. Frog splash! Chavo Guerrero earned every bit of this victory.
Here's your winner, Chavo Guerrero!
Chavo Jr. does the family name proud. And what an effort. Here in his prestige debut. It took everything Chavo had to survive Ethan HD. And Ethan, even in a loss, Ethan had the match of his life, and Ethan deserves a hell of a lot of respect for everything he put forth, and Chavo has something to say.
Thank you, Chavo! Thank you, Chavo! Thank you, Chavo! Thank you, Chavo! No. Thank you, Passover. No, we're not in Passover. Hermiston. I was here wrong. My fault. Look, guys. That's where I blew it. Come on, guys. I just got kicked in the head like 3 times. So give me a break. Hey, guys. First of all, I just want to thank you because this is what I've been doing my entire life. Growing up with the wrestling ring in my backyard, literally. And me and Eddie would get in these rings and play around like it was our own. We camp underneath like it was our tent. We take this top rope off, so that was our top rope, because we were this tall. So for you to let me still basically live my dream, thank you. And either I'm getting older, or these guys are getting younger, because Nathan H.C. I've never wrestled with before. That guy's damn good. Get us here for him. Thank you. Thank you to Prestige Wrestling for bringing me in. Flying all the way out here for you guys. Thank you. And for that person who did that frog splash better than anybody. Viva La Raza!
A fitting tribute to a legacy that will live forever. Chavo Guerrero on Cinco de Mayo weekend does his family proud and wins a hard-fought match over Ethan HD. Chavo, he's still got it. A lifelong veteran of ring wars. Add another one to the list, but man, Chavo got pushed to the limit by Ethan HD. What's next for Ethan? And will we see Chavo Guerrero back in Prestige Wrestling?